I don't.
DPS.
Is
That's
that
the
a
new
job
position.
title?
Can I get a assistant DPS into the lobby, please?
Oh no, I'm making up terms again. Yesterday was
boy.
cool duck, and now it's
Cool duck, yeah. Let me
Yeah.
get some cool duck.
cool down reduction.
Cool ducks.
Yeah.
Cool ducks. It's fine. We'll print you out a shirt, and it's gonna have like a duck with like some glasses on.
Oh no.
Nonetheless, though, I do believe we're going to go ahead and head on into Champion Select to start things off here in our match between Machi and Nova. Leo and Mountain leading the draft here for Machi. I'm really excited to see Mountain actually into his coaching role. You know, when the team got swapped on over, I was a little concerned. I didn't know if they brought Mountain, but they did, so I'm happy. As well as Warlock, and Warlock is so chill to talk to. We've been able to chat with him a couple times here at the studio. And, also really good communicator as well. So he knows what he's doing. Look at that though. Renekton finally draws a ban against Rocky. Machi knows. They say no more Renekton for you, Rocky. Show us something else.
But because they've invested so much on target bans at the first rotation, this leaves again a lot of things open for the taking for the first draft. And Aphelios, not a surprise there. But because of this, now that we have Ornn in as well as Elise out, we've got Senna once again if they don't ban away. And it looks like that's it. Either Misfortune first pick.
Yeah, I think you go Misfortune first pick.
But
oh, Set is actually available. You might as well go Set.
Set, that's true.
That's like the one thing that wasn't banned out here. And actually, that's a little concerning for Rocky because he's had some okay matchups into the Set. I believe he's played the Renekton into it twice, and it's gone rather well past the laning phase. So I think for now, what does Nova want to try and show for Rocky? Or do they want to try and put some priority onto some other champions? Get something utility-wise for possibly mixed cross, or try and get something like your jungle getting locked in.
That's true, because I think no one would really want to lock in the Sejuani anyways. Going back to the Varus on mixed cross, which was proven successful in the game that they had against J-Team. Still, one of those sitting duck AD carries, and there's going to be another set in the opposition, but this time around, Ryan is going to be the Jarvan 4.
I'm a little concerned here, because the ultimates don't necessarily synergize all that well. They're both, like, set up, but then you have, like, say, the Misfortune here on Machi that might just, you know, take this away. And it's going to get locked in. On top of that, too, I also realized, yeah, there's no Zoe in these bans either, so Mission can just go ahead and lock that in. Oh, Machi have a devastating composition already. So much damage being locked in already.
So we've seen this composition before with all the set. At least you have the set with you. Misfortune doesn't have to worry too much anymore since we've seen so many set versus Misfortune montages in the first week of the PCS. And I think it's a good denial as well that they got the Jarvan 4 on Nova Esports' side, so they don't have that combo win where they just trap everybody else in the bullet time, and the Cataclysm creates more space for Bruce as the Misfortune. At least they will have that kit for the Varus here. Leona, the support this time around, I think this will be the first time that we're going to see Pop as a Leona. Thresh is open. Possibly they've decided to go for a different route for Pop this time around.
Yeah. We haven't been able to see Pop's Yuumi yet come out.
Oh, that's true.
A little disappointing, but it's fine. Pair that with the Varus, that's still a very easy ultimate combo to pull off, so I don't think they're going to be all that concerned. Rather easy to do. Next set of bans. Nautilus is going to be banned away here on the side of Nova, and another mid lane ban coming out from Machi targeting toward G4, so we'll not have the LeBlanc available for this time around. Let's see what Nova wants to try and answer. I think they're just going to go ahead and try and lock down the support pool. They get rid of the Braum. Morgana's still available. They could go Morgana, and then it's really hard to touch this MF, actually.
Oh, that's true.
That's actually really concerning.
Yeah, and then a lot of these things are single target CCs anyways, aside from the besides the solar flare.
All right, so they get rid of the GP. So again, targeting is still toward Rocky, it seems here.
So a lot of focus on the top and the mid lane, which are, again, we did mention that is Nova's center, and that is a hovering towards Mordekaiser. Finally, we're gonna see Rocky the different champion. It's Mordekaiser.
He had to play something else.
Yeah, it's banned.
It's banned.
Right.
It's banned, okay.
Right.
Mordekaiser, though, getting locked in. The Mordekaiser's at PCS. I think Hanabi's only only player to be able to pick up a win with Talon on the champion. I know a lot of people we've been talking about how Mordekaiser's been kind of underwhelming at times.
Yeah.
He's had a couple changes here and there. They've kind of nerfed him originally to the overpowered version that we saw before. Thresh, though, going to get locked in.
Oh,
I love Machi's comp is actually, I don't even, like, unless
it's brutal.
It's brutal. Like, if they I don't really know what else they could pick here that would make it more brutal. Oh, yeah, get an aggressive jungler, too. Yeah. Oh, boy. This is the dive composition coming out from you. You got Sen and Rek'Sai. They're just going to jump onto your back line and try and destroy Mixcross here. G4 needs something with mobility. Or something with, like, a heavy disengage, I think, here would be best.
That's going to be difficult, especially that, imagine the roams coming in from Bruce, get that bubble in, Hulk comes in, and then all the damage in the world just pours on towards you. Yeah, Azir, this is going to be his third time using the Emperor Chicken, although...
Chicken.
It has been 1-1, correct?
Yeah, he had a...
oh, wait, no.
That was Candy, though, that played.
Yeah, it was Candy. So it is this the second time, rather.
Yeah.
This is the second time.
So I understand the composition here from Nova. You're pretty much laying down the Cataclysm. If you're able to catch more than, say, 2 or 3 people, you're happy, because then you're going to lay in a Varus ultimate into a Leona ultimate, and then G4 from range, you can just, you know, stab away with his soldiers, and then, you know, Rocky is able to pick off the one member with his ultimate. I get the composition. Whether or not Machi's going to let Nova get to that point where this Azir can, you know, hyper carry the fights is a completely different question, because the early game potential, like with that Rek'Sai, as well as once you hit level 6 with Set and Zoe as well, there's some roam possibility that's really disgusting for Machi.
And as a Varus in the bottom side of the map, maybe the intention, maybe the plan for Machi Esports is to strike where maybe would be the weakest lane of Nova Esports and capitalize on that part of the map. I'm excited. I don't know what the plan is, because every other team has tried what do you call this? Camp Rocky. Let's try a different Camp Rocky. Let's try a different strat.
To be honest, he is on the Mordekaiser. We have seen what happens when you try and dive on Mordekaiser, though. His grass comes through and can be rather disgusting. Either way, we're on to the Rift. Game 2 of Day 2. Machi versus Nova. For Nova, an opportunity to prove that their win over one of the other former LMS teams was not just a fluke. This one is I would say, a bit more powerful, looking at those power levels.
True. I mean, they've, again, defeated, coming from the victory against J Team, must have felt really, really good. It's not even a even fight. It wasn't even a back and forth kind of deal. It was
it was just kind of
100% stomp.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of like Noah's like, oh, we're playing League of Legends. This is easy. I like this. There's nothing wrong with this one.
But the difference is this is going to be the first time we're seeing Rocky in a Renekton pick this time around. It's more of the dynamics is definitely going to shift. Don't think he can be that monster team fight man, as we've seen on his Renekton pick. So pretty sure the power shift will change on towards G4. I think a lot of way towards G4 on this game.
Yeah, this is the G4 carry hour. Rocky, best case scenario, he ends up using his ultimate to try and lock down, say, the Rek'Sai during a objective fight, prevent the smite from coming on through, or, you know, even just getting Bruce off the picture. That's another possibility for them. So if Rocky's able to do that during these team fights, it should go a bit more in favor of Nova. But again, it comes down to execution, and that's always been a thing. Interesting enough here, we have Gemini that's actually, instead of opting to go for the full red side clear that usually we see on Rek'Sai's, has gone the more traditional buff to buff then Gromp, which is a bit weird. You know, Rek'Sai doesn't necessarily need it. Maybe he wanted to rush that level 3 to try and make an impact on top side, but PK's already pushed in.
That's true. Maybe that was his intention, and maybe it could happen. Let's see if Rocky is going to be low enough for this dive to be...
I don't
it's
know.
tricky.
Yeah.
It's going to be tricky. He's probably gonna scout the Raptors over there if they're gonna do an exchange, but he'll be spotted out by that ward. Not
Oh,
sure
he
if he's
actually
been
goes
seen.
up for Gromp. Oh, look at this. Gemini's playing evil. This is some great scouting. So they're just going to go full dive. Does Rocky get level 3? He does. This is risky here from Machi, but let's see how this one goes out. Rocky tries to get the Q in down. He gets the quick knockback over. Rocky still with his flash available. Gets over to the side, and Rocky is able to survive the dive. Very nicely done.
Nicely done by Rocky. Survives another day, even forcing out a flash coming from PK. Gemini, though, has been very patient, not doing the flash burrow, as it's going to be very, unburrow rather, it's going to be very tricky as Rocky just reached level 3. Nice attempt, burnt the flash on Rocky. Probably maybe try again later on once Rocky decides to push in a little bit. But I'm not sure if that's the case after he has lost his flash, so I'm sure he's going to be a little bit more careful this time around. But yeah, you're right. Maybe it might be the G4 game. Good poke on towards mission. Just gonna have to just sidestep the bubbles and all the paddle stars in the world, which I think G4 is very used to in these Zoe matchups, as it has been very popular in the PCS.
Well, for Nova, Rocky doesn't find himself getting taken down early. Had a little bit of a scare. I wonder if Ryan's going to start adjusting his jungle pathing, because this seems to be a consistent thing that's coming out when teams go against Nova, is they always try and just, dive Rocky at level 3, level 4. It's the old Dyrus treatment back in the TSM days. But also there's some really good scouting because Nova's wards have been caught out perfectly. Like, you saw the pathing up there coming out from Gemini perfectly. Did not get seen out by any of the wards. Raptor ward didn't spot him, nor did the tri-push spot. He knew exactly where to go, and look at this again. He's able to get around this other ward. Rocky's feeling comfortable right now, but here we go. Gemini is going to show himself. PK getting a little bit of damage. Rocky able to get the AoE down. Haymaker's going to come on through. It's not going to be enough. First blood going on over to Gemini, and unfortunately, it is the Camp Rocky show once again on repeat.
Perfect. It's all according to plan for Machi Esports. I mean, lost the flash already. Try again. That is the game here. But Rocky, I think, is no stranger for being camped at top. It happened in the previous matches we've seen in the PCS. And then again, it is not the Renekton anymore. It's definitely he's on the Mordekaiser now, which I think wouldn't exactly hurt him as much. So this camp up on top, if they keep doing this, will just empower PK even more. And that's what I'm afraid of. That's what I'm afraid of. There we go.
Yeah, Ryan's still farming away his jungle. He's on this Jarvan, so right when I see level 6 from him, I'd like to see him make something happen. The consistent thing that we have seen from Nova is they're very much a team that if a team makes a mistake, we will punish them. But they don't play proactively enough to usually force mistakes.
Yes.
That's kind of been the issue recently with Nova, and what we saw last year with the team when it was under the brand of Mega, especially with Rocky and G4. They're very reactionary. It's rare that we see them hit the proactive play. We'll see here. Down in bot lane, Pop is going to get hooked. Double up is going to connect, so a nice little chunk of damage. Mixed cross, sticking even as far as CS goes, so that's a good sign actually here. Does Gemini want to look for a dive before the level 6 comes through from both bot laners? Might have been the plan, but priority in mid lane I think is forcing him to have to rethink, as I think they're just going to try and get that hard push in for the Ocean.
Looks like Nova Esports Ryan just got back actually, so this is going to be a free dragon for MCX. And now that they're a little bit extended here, maybe they'll attempt a flash burn on towards Mixed Cross. Maybe get a hook in. Now, what exchange do they get from here? As there's a ton of vision coming from Machi Esports, tracking down Ryan, who's not level 6 just yet, as well as Gemini. Now they're just going to do the ward duty. But I feel like the next fight's going to be Rift Herald. At that time, everyone else is level 6. But just as I said, there's going to be an attempt in the mid lane.
Oh, here we go. G4 ends up using the Emperor's Divide. Mission puts out the bubble, able to flash over the wall. Zenith Blade is going to connect. Pop, though, does not have level 6 Mission, having to run away. But Pop ends up stealing the kill at the very end. Doesn't, it matters a little bit, but Nova are able to strike back, getting a kill and taking down Mission.
Kill secure, that's what matters for Nova Esports. And at least that gives a little bit of breathing room for G4. Not that he was having a hard time. At least we see now Gemini forced to stay in that mid lane to cover a little bit of time. And PK again, all of these lanes are in favor of MCX so far.
Yeah, so let's take a look here. It was a very nice Emperor's Divide. Mission just did not want to use anything until like he was for certain he was going to try and get away. Also, again, Zoe's ultimate doesn't really help when you're trying to run away because you end up going back to the same place anyway.
Yep, there, exactly that. That's what happened. What happens if you ult Blast Cone? Do you go back?
No matter what,
Okay.
you go back to your portal.
I thought that was the plan. Like,
That
you
is-
just go and then you Blast Cone and then you just don't go back to the
Imagine
portal.
there's like a very, like a
Brief
rope,
split second, yeah.
a rope that's attached to Zoe, and it, like after a certain amount of time, it just yanks her back. There's been times with like I think Poppy ultimate. There's a weird interaction where like she would go up in the air and then just come right back down. And it's like, nope, you cannot leave.
I
I'll
love
have
to
to
see
double
that.
check that one, but I'm pretty no. Usually, no matter what happens,
You
she
have to
ends
go
up-
back. So that's
yeah.
how the interaction works. All right. Now that we see the switch, because the Rift Herald is already up, the first Rift Herald of the game. So now this is the time where the AD carries, the bot laners, other teams move upwards. But the thing is, Machi again has priority, so they do have control over this area. Not sure if Nova Esports wants to take this one, because I don't think they're in prime position to do so anyways. But the switch is there. Let's see if they just want to protect topside instead.
I think it's just protecting topside. I think again, Nova's that kind of team where even with arguably I think more impactful level 6 like a Leona Solar Flare, unfortunately Pop wasn't level 6, so I think that might have been what caused them to decide not to go for that fight. Yeah, Nova are just fine farming away. Mixed Cross is going to farm back up. All is well, and it's pretty much what I want to. I want to see Ryan strike again. I was good to see Ryan actually make a play in mid, and he's thinking about it again, possibly here. Said he just wanted an escort, it seems.
Yeah. The thing is, for Nova Esports, they're always like, there's always two paths for them, right? It's always fight early in objectives. Okay.
Oh, here we go. Flash on forward. Mission. Oh, there's the Solar Flare combo. Mission comes on back, though, and G4 is going to find the kill. Gemini trying to trade one back, but it isn't enough.
Oh.
Ryan able to stopwatch. Beautifully done, and it's a double kill for the Emperor in mid lane.
Oh wait.
Oh,
though.
boy.
That is close.
Very close. Mixed Cross getting dove, it seemed, underneath the tower as the roam came out from Pop, so he was left alone, almost able to. Let's see, that was 4 summoners burned for Mixed Cross.
Mixed Cross.
Let's take another look here. I believe we're actually going to take a look here at actually what happened. I think Mixed Cross was actually just too far forward. If he is, I'm going to be angry. Yeah, he's too far forward. What are you doing there, bud?
Oh yeah, it was an easy execution of the flash flay in. I mean, the Q didn't hit, but then he was still over there, not behind tower, still in range for them to just walk by and auto attack. So interesting. Mixed Cross again, yeah, too far forward. Pop already has shown in the mid lane. Therefore, it was the prime time for the MCX bot lane to just go all in. But they do get at least some plating, I think, at the middle lane, the outer tower. But because of that, we'll see if Nova Esports can try to stabilize, as they do want to get that dragon. They did invest a lot, but I think the Emperor's Divide is about to go up as well, and the Cataclysm. Not sure if it's going to be in time though, as dragon has already appeared.
I'm happy though. We get to see Pop roaming a bit more. We've seen his Leona now make an appearance. That was one thing he was very well known for in the LST, was usually his level 6 roams were very, very powerful coming out from Mega back then. So him knowing, hey, I am a Leona. I offer a lot to the team fight if I actually go and, fight at level 6. But still no contest from Nova. So it is going to be the Cloud going in favor of them. They get the second dragon of the game, and it's going to be the Infernal Soul for the game, as Rocky gets himself his second turret plate, as haven't seen a whole lot more of Rocky. After that one dive, he's been able to stabilize, has picked up his ninja tabbies, got the Seeker's arm guard as well, just for a little extra safety and armor. Oh, Rocky's going to be just fine.
And this is what we actually expected for Mission to happen in his lane. He's at 0-0 and has to. It was expected because you got Pop on Leona, or Ryan and G4 as well. So the presence has been felt in that portion of the map. I don't think it's gonna hurt Mission too much, as you still do have Bruce and PK, and as well as the early game hurt from Gemini on that Rek'Sai. But still, it is going to be Mission rather has been used so that they can put in some early gold onto G4, who is definitely going to be the key for success on this match in particular.
See here, up in top lane, Rocky might be dealing with a 2v1. That's going to be the Rek'Sai ultimate coming out. Rocky possibly looking to go into stasis if he can. Oh, there it is. Finally going to be popped from Gemini, actually. And Rocky able to escape. PK, flash on forward. Can he finish it off? Haymaker! Oh, very nicely done by PK. Able to finish off the kill.
Beautiful. Flash wasn't able to save Rocky. And because of that, nicely done timing. It's going to transition.
Oh, look at that, though. Mid lane. I saw the mini-map there. I saw like 3 people going ready to go. G4. Ooh, even forcing out the cleanse. Again, it was a free cleanse. Top lane, though, is broken as Machi secure first brick gold. They're still down, though. 500 gold overall. As G4's been kind of farming up a storm. Let's take a look toward mid lane if we can. I want to see. Shelly's going to get that in. Nice chunk of damage. Yeah, Rocky's going to have to stay all the way back at second tier tower. Let's take a look toward that. We'll just take a look at mid lane first. Let's see.
All right, so what happened here with Koala just wanted to get G4, but the bullet time was interrupted and Pop was just right behind the AD carry. These are the positioning, I wouldn't say mistake because you didn't really have vision on that river, but these are the things that would really hurt MCX in the long run if this keeps happening.
Yeah, I don't know Bruce's plan there.
Yeah.
Because you have a Jarvan literally in animation flag dragging over to you and you decide to pop the ultimate. A little bit of a whoopsie doodle there. So he'll probably want that ultimate back. He is taken down in the end. Yeah, that dive potential from Nova is pretty good here. If they can get on top of one of these carries, lock them down, they should be able to execute them. And you can see by the gold graph, Nova have been able to, maintain their early game presence, it seems, in games, as they do have a slight gold advantage here over Machi, but still only slight. Only still 15 minutes in the game, and anything can happen if you're getting caught out in the jungle.
That's true. And more chunk of damage on the outer tower in the mid lane. And this is going to be the style for Nova Esports. Pop, G4, and as well as Ryan, the Trinity Nova players in this match in particular, and Mixcross is going to get this tower without having to fear, except for maybe, no.
Yeah,
there's no.
The Jarvan's on his team.
Yeah, that's right.
If the Jarvan was right there, he's already
he's gonna be dead. But
Second
because of this,
Rift Herald here from Machi is a bit more concerning. Nova, it seems they've had difficulty with Rift Herald. I'll have to double check their stats, but I do often remember them kind of giving up Rift Herald, mainly because they just want Mixcross to be farming, so they usually don't match the 2v2.
They do use the Rift Herald to catch the enemy team off guard. They always start their fights over there, and this is probably the first time I'm seeing Nova Esports not try to do an outplay or mess things around a little bit in an objective take. But I think it's also because they do want to have like at least 2 items on towards your Azir. Maybe that's why. And also, Rocky is not going to be in the Renekton anymore, so I think it makes things awkward for Rift Herald contests rather.
Well, 30 seconds on Infernal. We'll see whether Machi want to try and stop this push coming out, as Nova get a little bit of priority, a little bit of vision on down. Rocky does not have teleport. I think that's the one thing Nova's a bit concerned about, is PK can actually join in onto the fight. So once Rocky shows here, it's pretty much Machi saying, all right, guess what? We can take a 5v4 and Nova cannot do anything about it. And instantly Nova say, okay, no teleport for Rocky means no Infernal for us, and likely Machi taking this unless G4 is feeling confident. He does have 3 kills, and he's got his Nashers finished off.
He's walking down. Rocky's walking down already from top side.
All right, he's joined in now.
Cleanse is up already for G4. Just came back up.
Let's see. Oh, bubble onto Mixcross. Let's see here, though. Koala ends up getting the hook onto G4. G4 put in really low. That was the Rek'Sai tag, so didn't decide to use the ultimate to try and take him on down. Gemini, though, is going to go ahead, start up the Infernal Drake, and rip that one apart.
Yeah, and because of that huge chunk of damage from G4, and it's all thanks to Koala, I think, with the death sentence there and all the skill shots just landing perfectly. And now they're forced to back away and respect that. MCX, third dragon of the game. Getting everything.
Third dragon, only one away from Soul. That's
yeah.
a little concerning here for Nova. That would be a off-spawn 23-minute Soul coming out from Machi.
Rift Herald.
Oh, Rift Herald there too. Yeah, that's a dead tower. So again, it feels like Machi, more focus on their objectives, should pay off. Oh, they get a... Oh, no. Well, oh, okay,
it's confused.
Shelly hurts herself in confusion.
All right.
I don't know why that Rift Herald popped so early. It might have been going... It wouldn't have been going on cooldown already. This is the second one. It's only 18 minutes. They do get a free charge, though, and this is pretty much exactly what happened in the top lane. So Rocky, again, having to soak up the CS as best as he can. He went Gnasher's Tooth first. Is that the build path for Mordekaiser right now?
Oh, I thought...
I don't remember. I don't remember.
Actually, now that you bring it up.
I'm trying to think now.
Okay, let's double check that. Okay.
I want to check that. I'm like, Mordekaiser rushing Gnasher's Tooth? Is that what people do now? Oh, yeah, there's Gnasher's Tooth in the build, but usually not rushed. Okay, it's been rushed a couple times, but usually it's not rushed. Usually it's Leandri's in the Proto Belt, and then maybe your Zhonya's. Interesting that Rocky's decided, hey, I want the attack speed, I guess. Maybe he's just going full split push Mordekaiser. Maybe that's the plan here.
That would be the plan.
Oh, Mixed Cross takes a decent chunk of damage. Look at this. Nova setting up for this mid lane dive mission. Oop. Oh, Mixed Cross wasn't able to land the ultimate, and that gives away as G4 takes a chunk of damage from the Zoe.
Oh,
Mixed Cross getting caught out, and Mission will pick up the kill.
Oh my, because Mixed Cross had flash as well, but he was in the middle of the animation of throwing out his E, so that was very unfortunate. Just wanting to add more slow so that they can escape, but in exchange of Mixed Cross's life, and because of that as well, no additional wave clear, so that means this tower is free. And now Nova Esports is slowly losing more of their towers, and this is painful for Nova Esports. Makes it hard to come back into this game. Machi very, I wouldn't say telegraphed, but very patient. And none of the, what do you call this? The attempts of Nova Esports so far, aside from the early game. Oh, whoa! Hold that thought.
Here we go. G4 ends up using the Conquerors. Oh, no! Emperor's Divide does not save him from that last auto attack as Machi dove on in. And now it's starting to feel like Nova's starting to crumble. This is where it gets a bit concerning. As G4 getting caught out. That's also shut down. That's going to go on over. Mictros was only caught out in the last play as well. Now we start to see the cards crumble. Let's take a look here in mid. G4, he felt comfortable with just the turret up, but beautifully done on the set.
Boom. There were a lot of control wards, like one over here near the blue buff and one over at the red buff. And that is the reason why they easily collapsed on G4. They came from different directions. I am scared of Machi right now. And I guess the only hope is try to stall later on for sure. And, Mission later on will probably, especially if they just try to dodge all of these skill shots, and once all the skills have been thrown out, that's the time you try to go in, maybe burst someone down, lock someone down, because they are capable of doing so. Emperor's Divide as well for the, just shoving all of these backline players from Machi to serve as the meal for Nova. But it's not looking like it most likely it feels like it's just really hard to execute at this point, as they're quite further away from danger. And they're just catching Nova off guard so far with all of these surprise picks. We'll see. The next fight is definitely going to be, Glass Cone. Drats.
That's unfortunate. Ryan's like, we got him. Wait, I let him get away. So PK just going to strut off for himself. Taking a look on over. Rocky has opted. He's going to likely go into the Leandri's from the looks of it, as he's picked up his Haunting guys. Machi setting up toward the top side of the river. They have Baron priority here, and oh, hook almost coming out from Koala. Does Pop really want to be standing here? So the issue is Nova's just separated. If anyone gets caught out, it's hard for them to really come back. Pop getting, you know, just a tag there. Bubble comes through. Infernal is brought out, but that's only going to help Machi here on damage. Look at this, Gemini. Oh, being sneaky. Can he get in for the steal? This would be Infernal Soul if he's able to pop it off. And meanwhile, Solar Flare is going to be used. Make it rain coming out as well. Hook onto Pop. They go for the engage. Rocky not able to find it. They jump in over toward the side here. G4 able to keep himself safe. Meanwhile, Bullet Time comes out toward the side. G4 is still alive here as well, but Bruce is able to take down Pop. Rocky in the 1v1, able to find it. G4 going for a ride. Can't finish on mission. Mixed Cross almost finds the snipe, but it's just not enough damage. And they reset on Infernal. Bruce over toward the side. Could look for a double up. There it is. As Nova are able to actually win that fight. That was messy, but let's take another look.
There were two different things happening all the way through because we see Gemini trying to do the flank and his target was G4. On the other hand, we see Koala already catching Pop, but everyone just dives on towards the carries. Gemini tried to attack the carries in the back line, but unfortunately just gets dropped into a huge amount of HP. Rocky almost dies there as well. Scorch Tick, not enough as well, and now they get the Dragon. I mean, Bruce was still pretty healthy, but Bullet Time was already used. I feel like it was canceled by everyone else jumping on towards Bruce earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Was it Bruce or Mission?
I think Mission or... I think it was actually Koala.
It was Koala, yeah.
And then everyone just kind of was like, oh, we don't care about your Bullet Time. We're just going to jump onto this Thresh. Too bad Mixed Cross if he actually had... Oh, he's gone the attack speed build. That's the main reason why. If he actually went lethality build, he would have killed Mission.
That's true.
That's a little unfortunate here. He's gone and rushed a bunch of attack speed. Looking at, I think he's going straight into a Hurricane now. Let's take a look though. Nova, after a confident fight, I give credit to G4 there. Had some really nice Azir positioning. Was able to keep himself safe. Meanwhile, bot lane, I've seen this one before. I don't know if you really want to be here, Rocky. He's going to get pushed into the wall. There's nothing he can do. Bruce picks up the kill. And with that, Nova don't feel confident because now they would lose bot lane, possibly inhibitor tower if they went for the Baron.
Yeah, they were setting up for this Baron, but unfortunately, Rocky just got caught out. Again, the vision on towards that part of the jungle in particular was just the bane of Nova Esports. It's the second time that happened now. Just kind of difficult because they wanted to ensure more vision towards that Baron side. But now it's like 18 seconds on the clock for Rocky to respond. He does have teleport. We'll see if MCX will set up for this Baron. Looks like they're just going to decide to reset and clear the vision away from Nova Esports.
Yeah, get rid of the vision. Force Nova to have to come back and look for a fight. Mixed Cross has finished off his Hurricane, though. Again, Mixed Cross. That's going to sound like I'm bullying him on the English side, but almost. He's down 50 CS again. If he gets Flame Horizoned again, I'm going to be a little disappointed. He always seems to fall off after the lane phase. After the first 10 minutes, he kind of forgets he has to farm. And then he's just kind of there clearing waves, but he isn't actually last hitting, it seems. Or something like that. I don't know what's going on with this guy's farm. It drives me crazy. But he keeps averaging at 7.5, which ends up hurting him quite a bit as far as just gold generation into the kit.
I wonder if it's all because they would rather allow just Rocky and G4 to soak all of these. Not sure. Or
but they're not soaking all that much. Like it's not like G4 has 320 farm right now.
Right.
He's still sitting at like 10 CS per minute. So who knows? G4 actually has been farming up a Storm over Mission. Mission is a Zoe though, so he's just looking for bubbles at this point.
Oh, 1v1? Nope.
I don't know if it's a 1v1. It might be a 3v1 here, as Rocky, unfortunately, we've seen this story before. 3-member show bot lane. Oof. I think the call is you go for Baron, you do something here, Nova. 2 members at least shown. You have ward coverage. Nova just don't feel confident. It's because they have yet to burn PK's teleport. That is the issue. And they're on top of a ward. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, this is tragic. Oh, no. Flash on forward. Gets G4. He's forced to cleanse immediately. Mixed Cross. He gets ended up caught by the sleep time double bubble, and Mixed Cross will get taken on down, and a sneaky ward. Pop is also going to get hooked on back. They're not able to follow up, it seems, here on the side of Machi, but guess what? Inhibitor tower in bot lane was pushed that entire fight, and Nova, they just get outwarded here as PK gets a free inhibitor.
That's what happened exactly. And I feel like because they're just like, let's give up that inhibitor tower. It's no use if we could just go back anyways. We need to stay here in our own jungle because we need to keep tabs on Machi and try to interrupt the potential Baron take, which didn't happen because Nova Esports just tried to guard as much as they did their best. But the thing was, they wanted to try something there in the mid lane, Opal. They were seen. And Koala just kept landing all of these amazing death sentences on this Thresh. I wonder how Pop feels.
Oh boy, poor Pop.
Yep.
He was roaming early. Now he hasn't had a really opportunity to play League of Legends. Oh, this ain't good. They just walk into Koala. Luckily, Koala misses his death sentence. Gemini over toward the side. PK going for a large flank here. They don't see him. It's too late. Rocky again! He just keeps getting showstoppered every single time. Rocky's going to at least try and take down Koala here in the 1v1. Re-engage coming out from Nova. It's a very late re-engage. Bullet time into a face breaker coming out from PK. And there's the rest of the dominoes as they fall. Nova, unfortunately, they fall completely head first. And that is going to be 4 members taken down. Machi not losing a single member, all off of an unfortunate communication error, it appears, because it looked like they just said, Rocky, you're now dead. Rocky's like, hey, guys, we could actually fight this, but it was way too late.
The burst coming from everybody else. That was a massive bullet time as well coming from Bruce. And there you go, complete control from early despite, all of these visits in the middle lane. It don't matter. Machi wins this game.
Machi's going to be... I don't know if they're going to be rather happy with that victory, because that was like, the Nova, they're going to be hitting themselves off that one. That was a rough way to lose.
That ward in the middle lane was amazing. That was amazing.
Who wards there? Let's be honest. Like
it's you. Everyone wards there. Just to see whether or not they go right or left in the lane in the jungle.
I guess. But like, probably Nova are gonna be like, who's warding there? I think that's the overall reaction I'm getting at here, because unfortunately, that poor ward ends up catching them out. They didn't sweeper, which, to be frank, who sweepers in the middle of the lane? Not a whole lot of people. But again, that last team fight, it was just, I think, simple miscommunication. I think 2 completely different ideas. It was Rocky. It was like, hey, I'm caught out. Let me die. And then the rest of the team's like, oh, wait a sec. They're kind of in a choke point. You're lasting a long time. We could probably take this victory. But at that point, then, like, Bruce is ready. He's lined up. He's got that bullet time. He goes pew, pew, pew. And PK sets him up with the face breaker. That was disgusting.
It was disgusting. It was just so sad to see Rocky die multiple times at the last few minutes of the game. I want to check out that last fight again. So Gemini trying this really nice positioning as well as PK. So every member of Machi Esports just came from different directions, found Rocky, instantly dies.
See, they're going back and forth at the top of the screen. They don't know what they want to do.
Do they want to fight? And unfortunately, Pop wasn't able to connect the Zenith Blade to get into the fight. So he's just in the backline as well. It's pulled in by PK. And then the rest is history for Nova Esports. Wow. Machi, looking fine. Looking nice here.
Yeah, Machi are going to be able to take home the victory over Nova as they improve their totals to a 2-2 record, and do the same actually to Nova. Nova now have to fall to a 2-2 as they only have 50% on the win rate. Other than that, though, there was a couple instances. I think for me in particular is like they're putting so many resources to shut down Rocky. Like you have an MF, you have a set. If you know what, if you at least just start up the Baron, you at least get the set teleport, so they can't keep doing that. Because that was the thing. They kept executing this play on Rocky, and Nova would never try and punish in response. They would never try and get something out of the situation, and Machi were like, okay, we'll just keep pushing bot lane then.
I wonder if they were scared to go all in despite seeing 3 members being invested onto Rocky. They felt like maybe the terrain just really helped them respond faster because there's less walls. Maybe that's why, or maybe they would want to have the safer route of having a death brush and finally evening it out. Since Rocky died, maybe they'll get a pick, and maybe that's the time they'll start a fight. I am not sure, but unfortunately, I think that was the plan. But they were just spotted out by a ward, and that just fell over
It just
and over.
snowballed.
It just snowballed
out of control a little bit after that one. So nothing Nova can do about it now. Game has finished on, but of course the question comes, who's going to be our MVP for Machi? It shall be PK with that face breaker coming out, bringing the team nice and close together for a comfy bullet time.
Whew, he was massive there. A lot of nice showstoppers on the back line, or rather, yeah, in the back line, and pretty impressive. I think there's zero pressure at all in the top side. More like, again, they shifted their priorities on towards G4, and basically Machi had a comfy lane despite Mission not having the best of starts. It was totally fine. You're a Zoe.
Yeah,
You're good.
Mission's fine.
Yeah.
Mission, all Mission has to do is you just got to be Zoe this entire time. He's
Yeah.
like, I'm going to throw out, Sleepy Time Trouble Bubble. I'm going to throw out another one.
Yeah.
There, she's right here. Look how happy she is. She has no cares in the world. I know Mission's going to be like a little upset. He's like, I got camped, guys. My KDA.
Oh, that's true.
He's like the one mid laner from like, other than I think Nestia at the moment, that has like a kind of just like a single digit KDA from all the former LMS squads.
Oh, no.
So they're all like, oh, Uni Boy, Candy, and all them. They're all like, hitting those excellent, insane numbers already.
And the thing is, most of those KDAs come from Zoe picks.
Yeah, usually it's a Zoe pick.
The Zoe
yeah,
picks,
yeah.
exactly.
So unfortunately, not having the best of times. And of course, if you guys want to keep up with all the action on the PCS, you can be sure to follow the Facebook as well as the YouTube and Twitch. But I think for now, we're going to go ahead and get set for our next matchup, which of course, it's going to be J-Team taking on Resurgence. So don't go anywhere. There's going to be more PCS action after a quick break.